welcome back to my channel. So today it's another piercing video. I'm going to be piercing probably the hardest thing I've ever pierced. I don't know, I pierced my nose, that was fairly hard, but because this is cartilage, I'm a little bit freaked out. Now I know the rule, don't pierce your own cartilage, you shatter it, but I have got the right needles. Yeah, I don't know, I did my research and I think I'm going to be okay to do it. I'm not a qualified professional, obviously, but I do research piercings a lot, so I'm not a complete stranger to it. So I've got my 16 gauge piercing needles, I've got a little, just one of the little straight TRAGUS jewellery pieces, I've got my gloves, I've got rubbing alcohol to clean my ear with beforehand. I think we'll be all good. So I'm using, this is Surgical Spirit, which is basically rubbing alcohol. I'm just going to clean it. Anyone unaware, TRAGUS is the little piece of ear here. I'm going to mark where I want it. I think that's where I'm going to aim for it to go. I think that looks about right, but I'm going to go quickly look at some photos and just make sure I've got the placement correct. I think the placement I've gone for is fine, looking at some photos. Okay, I'm going to get my gloves on, which I washed beforehand, and I washed my hands, of course. I think before this video goes up, I will have posted the video of me piercing my tongue web. I removed it because, I removed it in like an hour, I think, because it wasn't comfortable and because it made my tongue hurt, so I took it out, and I wasn't that fussed about it either. It didn't really look how I wanted it to, and I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. Like, I thought it was quite cool, but I wasn't bothered about it because you're barely gonna see it if it's under your tongue. So I've currently got 2 healing piercings, which means I have room for another one. Cotton bud. I'm gonna get one of my needles. These are sterilised piercing needles, body piercing needles, so they're hollow, and that's a 16 gauge. I've got my needle, and I think I'm just gonna get lined up and go straight in. Decided to voice over this part since I barely spoke. I was trying to concentrate. First thing I was doing was trying to put in a straight needle, which is fine, but then when it finally went through a little bit, it started pricking the back of my ear, so I couldn't put a lot of force into it. Here I'm realising I've fucked up because this is a really awkward piercing to do and really painful. So I put in some chewing gum here because I've gone really lightheaded and dizzy, and I was trying to give myself a sugar rush to perk myself back up. Then decided to remove my gloves so I could feel for the back of the needle coming through. And finally took the needle out, bent it and went back in, which was a lot easier to do. Finally got it through. And then put the stud in backwards because I was so lightheaded at this point, I just wanted to lay down and take a break. I actually think I'm going to pass out, so I'm going to take a minute. So, I got it in. Hallelujah. I searched a video on how to get TRAGUS piercings in from the back, because these ones, the little balls are on the front, so you have to push the bar in from the back, and obviously you can't see the back of that part of your ear. It's a bit of a nightmare, especially when it's fresh and it was stinging. But anyway, I've got it in now. It's not feeling too bad, but when I pierced like my 3rd hole on this ear, 2nd hole, things like that, which I did myself on my earlobes, it made me go quite lightheaded when I went through the last layer and it hurt. Exact same with my TRAGUS piercing. I went really lightheaded, hence why I'm now laying down for a bit, because I'm gonna like let the blood flow go back to my head. But I'm really happy with it. I think I got the placement really nicely, and I think it looks really cool. Yeah, I don't plan to change this early or anything. I'm just going to leave it in, leave it to heal, because I know it's cartilage and it needs to heal properly. But yeah, can't believe I did that, really. Didn't feel like it was going to be possible, but those needles are sharp and they do go through quite easily. So yeah, I'm just going to lay down and chill for a bit. And I think I'm going to update you guys like tomorrow or later on how it's feeling, since this video was like no talking and I was just really concentrating. Because I went lightheaded, I just wanted to like get it done and make sure I was doing it right, so I didn't think to talk. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing this yourself because it did hurt and it was hard. It's definitely easier to get it done properly, but I did check from the back with like a mirror and it is straight. But yeah, I think it's good. I'm just gonna let my blood flow go back to my head, and then I'll like get up and clear up and give it a clean and put some saline spray on it and stuff and just make sure it's all clean. So it's now the following day. My tragus is doing good. I know I kept saying tragus and I've just realised that it should be pronounced tragus. I'm a twat. It's doing good. It's not red, it's not swollen, hasn't bled anymore. I do think I slept on it a bit in the night because I do just automatically toss and turn even though I meant to sleep this side. But it didn't feel too sore when I woke up. Still a bit sensitive, obviously, completely normal. But it looks like it's in the right place. It feels good. I changed the little ball on the front to a plain silver one just because I preferred that for now, but I'll probably like switch it up here and there. But honestly, yeah, my tragus is doing really good and I'm really happy with it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, hit the thumbs up button and I'll see you all next time. Mwah! Goodbye.